We got a lot to get into tonight, so we're going to break it down. The stock market freaked out today, sold off. I'm probably going to make a couple jokes today just because of my execution. I got to say, if you're in my mentorship group, on point, you killed it. If you followed my Twitter, maybe you followed a little bit suit. Maybe you followed in suit a little bit later. Anyway, all jokes aside from that, very serious conversation tonight because there's a lot of risk ahead in the markets. And I know, what do we have today? Jobs today or something. Let's just jump into it. Start with the we'll go with the S&P. I was trading the NASDAQ today, but we'll kick it off here. This is the one you guys saw on my Twitter. And if you guys ever want to follow me on any of my social media, it's all just Don Franz Show, so it should be easy to find. All right, so we got the report this morning. It was jobs. I know we got jobs tomorrow. Anyway, there was a report this morning. So we went from zone to zone. Sent it. This is right where I went short. We jumped into it right here. Yeah, so right inside this candle, it was green. I went short. I tried looking for you on OnlyFans. It's a different name. Do guys even have OnlyFans? I know I've probably asked that before. Is that a thing? Like, ladies, what would you look at on what would you expect to see on a guy's OnlyFans? Like him with his shirt off, or anyway, answer in the comments. I learned a good lesson trying to trade with no market data. Well, I'm here. We can start the show. I'm glad you're here. Let's rock and roll. So anyway, report today came out. Sent it, right? So zone to zone. Cool. A lot of people do like to ask me, like, in my chat, hey, Don, what did you see? And I say, like, mockingly, but, like, joking around, like, what did you see in the charts when we took that trade? Like, go look at my Twitter. I literally posted what I posted in. I took a screenshot of the Discord chat. I said, I'm going short here. That's what I saw. A bright green candle running right into a bright yellow zone. So I went short. I did make the joke, news, right? News pushed us here. What news sold us off? Now, I did go short. The part that really sucks about today is how much, this is sound very cocky, how much money I could have made, how much I left on the table. So Vinay's here, he was here. So we get up at 5 a.m. This is where we even start talking to the chat. Vinay knows I went long right here. First of all, I was short overnight, so that was a green trade. I went long because the zone was still holding, and then I second guessed myself completely. So it popped up. I put my stop in the green. Nice and tight, like you just knew 100% that was going to tag just in normal fluctuations, and it did, and then it went for it. So took a little advantage of a long trade here. I could have traded it zone, and if with my entry at the top, it literally would have been bottom to top. That's how awesome that was. But you know what's money? I don't like making it. Second guess myself there. Nailed the top short. Actually went short. Had my stop at the green. Popped up. Went short again. And this is in, like, if you're in my mentorship group, this is in, like, main chat where we're talking. Anyway, so it sells off. And then I'm just trailing and trailing and trailing. And we get close to this zone. And I close the short trade. You would have killed it had you stayed. Yeah, now I still had a green day. But this next part's going to be depressing. Okay, so close the short trade because I'm thinking we're probably going to put in a higher low. If you're in my chat, I told you guys this morning, and I'm just saying this for everyone on YouTube so you guys just know what goes on in there. I said if we give all of this up without any news, I'm going to whole account short. That's how excited I am to just be short because we had news give this up. There's no news coming out. Then we're rocking and rolling. If we gave up all, like the bulls had to hold this zone. The joke I was going to make, and I made a little bit inside the chat, was if you guys were watching, not yesterday, the day before, this zone was bright yellow. Last night, I made it not bright yellow. If you're a part of my Patreon, even tier 1, you guys have my zones. You guys have my chart link. You just got to copy it. You can type it, whatever you want. If I ever have a bright color in there, that's what I'm paying attention to. That's the big level. So I was joking that when I made it this color, not the bright yellow, the market makers were just doing their job. Like, oh, loud and clear, Don, full send. Anyway, I decided to catch this knife. And what I caught was a katana by the blade because it did keep melting off. I even added on the type 2. I was watching this wick right here. So this is where I stopped out, and this is where I went short. Like I was just babysitting it, watching it. So I missed. Not only did I miss from here to here, I was long from here to here. I'm in futures contracts, so you know the fun stuff. And so now we are melting off and continue to melt off. Right now, I actually am long both of these. I caught the knife, so we actually closed right here. For the time being, I was up like $4, and then we opened up, so futures are selling off back even more. Why are bonds ripping so hard tonight? Bonds, because the world's about to end. We can look at the 10-year. So right now, everyone's buying the 10-year. Remember, when everyone buys it, it goes down. So people are being promised 3.8%. If no one's buying this, they try to entice you. Like, hey, what if I promise you 4%? No buyers? What if I promised you 4.1? And it keeps going up. So when you see this go up, it's because no one's buying bonds. Now everyone's buying bonds. What platform do you like for futures? TradeStation. I'm trying it out on Thinkorswim right now. They sent me a package because I'm like a 0.01 trader, and it was like a really cool package of just a bunch of random stuff like coffee and a monocle, and I thought it was cool, and so I like their options chain a lot, and I have that bot account that just has money sitting in there, and I can't say it's the best for you gotta like, it's like writing a hieroglyph on a cave wall. You gotta like go to the futures, then you gotta click like buy. And then you gotta type in your number, and like there's just a bunch of work. You gotta click review, then submit, and then you gotta do all that again just to move your stop up. Like, that's ridiculous. TradeStation, I literally just like, here, watch my thumb. This is what happens when I move my stop up. Click, drag, let go. Order changed. That's how easy it is in TradeStation. Like, why is anyone not on TradeStation? Like, I have no idea. I haven't done futures on E-Trade. The Patreon account is in E-Trade. We did buy a couple things tonight. Thinkorswim has chart trading, not on mobile. And I'm not sitting around my desk all day. I do all... and a serious conversation I have right now is I do all my thinking at night with the mentorship group. That's why I do things when things are closed, nothing's moving, I'm of clear, sound mind, I'm sitting down, everything's chill, nothing's affecting any emotions. So that tomorrow, when we just run smack into a zone, I know what to do without even thinking. So I'm not watching charts all day. I have no time for that. That sounds silly. And then when you do watch charts all day, you just get emotional anyway. So bonds are ripping, but more importantly, I think what's leading the way on this, the XLF just left everything in the dust. There is a bank, so SSIB, SIVB, liquidating. I think they're liquidating 20 billion worth. Things aren't looking good, and I think everyone is super fearful that this is just the first stepping stone. This is the first tree in the forest. The rest are coming with it, and we're about to rock and roll. Because if you look at the Bank of America, they followed suit. Wells Fargo just ripped and roared with them. Everything's selling off. Banks led the way today. You can say it was from what was it? Jobs report. You guys tell me. What was that stupid report this morning? What was the excuse this morning? Wear the monocle if you get 100K subscribers. 1000% will do that. That's a great idea. I'm gonna wear it next time on the stream. Just tell people to subscribe. I'm pretty sure it was Jobs. If you're new here, guys, I don't worry about that. I really don't. Like, I let them do all that, and then I just worry about where, because what this chart shows you is everybody's vote with their wallet, right? You're a glorified CPA. All you're seeing is transactions right here. So I know people aren't exactly thrilled to be buying this. I know it's selling off. They did their research. Have at it. Even if they didn't do the research, I know there's just more people selling it off. I'm gonna be with the more people crowd. Tomorrow's so jobless claims. Tomorrow's non-farm. Okay, thank you. Financials getting killed. They are, and I don't think it's done yet. So tomorrow, if we do, it's pre-market. So you're basically already there. This is why I'm long right now. The S&P, that was a bright yellow zone for a reason. So I went short up here in the gray box. Told you guys here on YouTube I would do that. I didn't go long anything. I just went short. Told you guys here on a live stream. Told my mentorship chat. So everybody knew I was going short here. So that was a great trade. It did not, however. I was just one ES contract short, which was not enough to cover my NASDAQ at the time. So NASDAQ is just plowing through profits. Like the unwanted kind of plowing. It sucked. It was just stupid to watch, especially knowing how dumb I was for literally watching these charts pan out. Like, you know what I'm going to do? Jump on the tracks. It's not often that I make stupid mistakes like that, but today just Literally sucked watching that. So as far as the S&P goes, honestly, I'm going to be short over the weekend. I'd be hard-pressed not to be short over the weekend. Hopefully we do rally up tomorrow. Hopefully that report does send it. We bounce here at the type 2, full send, and we go. There's another thing people are attributing this to, and that is, if you guys don't know, so they've 0 days to expiration. They're Monday through Friday. Now there's an expected move that options. I don't know why. Sorry, guys. Market makers will draw out expected moves. They have hedges. They hedge for everything. And they say, basically, if we stay within this range, we're hedged, we're accounted for, everything's covered. When we break those ranges, they have to start hedging with more, which sends you into these crazy spirals. So a lot of people are attributing this to delta hedging, any kind of gamma risk on those 0 days to expiration. This is a new thing, and you've probably noticed we've had some screaming days where it is just like we get somewhere, they light the match, and the rest of the day is just a spiral is what's going on behind the scenes. Just this feedback loop just in full send. So maybe it's that, maybe it's the report, maybe it's the report that came out this morning. Depends on how much you know about the market. I'm here for Don's rants and calling people stupid. I can't call anybody stupid today. I really want everybody to pay more attention to what these charts are telling you. Not to be a chart astrologist. But what today showed off is just the thin ice everyone's walking on. And you guys are playing this game of, I'm going to buy all-time highs. Ha ha ha. Like, you probably do. I imagine everybody in my chat saying all-time highs says it in that voice. And I know they're here right now, which is why I'm doing that. But I'm serious. If you guys did see my Twitter, I told everybody to... Now, this is a public announcement. Make sure you watch your favorite financial YouTuber, because they don't live off the stock advice they're giving you. They live off YouTube income. So I can understand if you're not here tonight and you got to go support them, because they're probably hurting. If they've been talking about all-time highs and the bottom is in and just, you know all the crap they say, they're not doing too good today. They probably believe in their company. They believe time in and all that, and then they're going to watch their money evaporate. And if the bulls do not come in tomorrow, and I'm dead serious when I say this, if the bulls do not come in screaming, taking names, and you just know without a doubt every short is just getting blown out right now. If they don't come in with that kind of energy tomorrow, I can't imagine things just turning around. I don't think we just shrug this off and turn around. Like, go pick an EMA. I'm sure we're below one, about to bounce on one. Whatever story floats your boat. Just pick the one that's above right now, so you get a little fear in you right now, because this is showing off extreme risk. Or we want more than one standard deviation today. Yeah, we are rocking and rolling. We're almost 2 standard deviations down. Did you guys notice I didn't draw one up at the top? For those of you guys that are new here, I didn't draw these zones today. This isn't I didn't draw this crap after. 26 EMA, go crazy. And now I'm dead serious, because there's always like, this irks me a little bit. There's always some excuse as to why, with some stupid squiggly line on their chart, and they're like, this is why we're holding above this. I know this because it's like defaults. I have the 9 EMA defaulted on TradeStation. I don't even know what's on my TOS, but there's a squiggly line on there too. And I just know, I've heard these other YouTubers say, like, we're going to hold this. We're going to get above this. Watch out. They say watch out for this like it's attacking you. Like, watch out. Oh, crap. Oh, that EMA almost got us. No. No one's putting billions of dollars on that. Unfortunately, it's not how it works. But if you think that's how it works, go to the settings and just change your view. Put that EMA above the price so you can say, oh, crap, we're below. What do I do now? And start answering these questions now. Because if we don't turn this ship around, and we're not, if we don't turn this ship around right now, it's bad news. Don is like the Jesus of trading. If bonds keep rallying overnight, I could see ES down 100 tomorrow. Yeah, like, we're not, this is a well-oiled machine. We're not slowing down. Like, I caught the knife, and I'm probably about to take an L. I'm giving it plenty of wiggle room. I'm in a light position, but all I'm going to do is watch this thing go red for a while. Don on the ultimate bear train. Just remember, I don't have a bias. I have an income bias. I think everyone else who has just, I'm a perma bear, I'm a perma bull, I think you're permanently I think you're just not smart. I'll put it that way. Because I don't care. I have an income bias. Which way is it going? I'm going that way because I do this to make money. I'm not a big YouTuber. I can't make the YouTube money. I can make $150 from YouTube a month. If my if my account moves that, I don't even notice. Buying in that yellow zone. I don't know. I think we probably are good for a bounce. Like, let's say tomorrow we're here in the morning. The non-farm payrolls or whatever that is going to come out. Probably bounce. And everyone's so excited. Told ya. It's going to bounce. It's going to look just like today. It's going to bounce. Banks are still going to be fearful. And it's going to rip to the south side. Unless the banks chill out, they're running away. Like, they're getting out. And you can hold all the crap you want with all the excuses. Whatever gets you to sleep at night. But for everyone else that's listening and you don't want to watch your money evaporate, I would take note of today. Listen to my tone. I'm not in here. I'm not doing this just for fun. This is a legitimate warning to everybody right now. We could get in some serious crap if this doesn't slow down right now. Perma effed. That's what you're gonna be. Don loves money and so do I. Yeah, why wouldn't you? I'm not here to just watch a number go up and down. This is what pays my bills. So I can't just make up an excuse, go sit in an echo chamber and listen to everybody else that agrees with me. 10 years down at the current moment? Yeah. Right now, everything's down. Let's check out the dollar. The reason why I was talking more about financials than the dollar, because the dollar didn't really do crap today at all. It's not really moving. That's nothing. Now, the markets, they're not in inverse of each other, but there is an inverse correlation. It's a lot harder for the markets to be green when the dollar's green as well. It's a lot easier for the markets to rally when the dollar's selling off. So it's cool honestly that the dollar gapped down below that because we could probably use all the help we can get. But if banks are unraveling, that's going to mean more selling. You guys remember when SoftBank sold? If you make enough, can you pay my bills as well? Second anyone else wants to pay mine. You do a month of my bills, I'll do a month of your bills. How about that? Thanks for what you do. Thanks for showing up. That's really all I ask you guys. I have a Patreon. There's tier 1, tier 2. Tier 1, you get my chart link, and you get my growth account. So every week I put $150 in. I post every trade I'm doing on there. And it's more of a buy and grow account. Tier 2, mentorship. That's a Discord chat. We stream every night. Thursday tonight is just literally question night. So all it is strategy talk. But the subscribing just to show up in this live chat so you can ask questions is literally all I'll ask you to do. So my account stays at, my bills are only $600 a month, so my account stays at $600. Guys, just buy the course and join the mentorship. We do money making calls outs in the membership. I don't do call outs. But had you been in there this morning, let me just find it in the chat real quick. My members are a lot faster at just zooming through this thing than I am. I'll show you guys exactly what I posted. And if you agreed, you're up a lot. That's all. We talked a lot today. I know there's always there's never a dull moment of me being cocky, but here's me just saying weird because it jumped up and I went short. Went short the NASDAQ futures. If you want to know, hey Don, what did you see? There's what I saw. There's what I posted, and I went short. God, I don't know why I can't just. Ta-da! So I went short. Had you followed that, that was not a call out, but had you agreed with that analysis and you went short as well, you bought SQQQ, you shorted QQQ shares, you bought QQQ puts, you would have killed it. It would have just melted off into here. The only thing you needed to not do was do what I did and just get out of a perfectly good trade. I don't and I mean this when I say this, I never do that. I literally just trail till the end of time, but I wanted to get cute with it because I was in my own emotions trying to get ahead of myself because I nailed the top. First of all, I nailed the bottom, nailed the top, and I wanted to nail the next one, which I thought might be a high or low, right at this, we'll call it a support resistance. Some kid with the VWAP, I'm sure is. But that's where right where I bought it again. And I second guessed myself here and got out of a perfectly good trade, and that threw me off the rest of the day. I should have just trailed it till the end of time. I would have been just fine. We don't do call-outs, just what works. Sometimes you overthink stuff. I definitely did. Did somebody ask any tax stuff? Would you agree that this is a good time to move 401k money from index funds to cash for a while if the goal is to avoid some of the downside? Ooh, so honestly, I take the Dave Ramsey approach. Leave that crap alone. I will say I have a follower. I'm not going to out him right now. Just from following me, he's up over $1 million because I did not give this advice. But I'm 2 for 2 as far as crashes go. I don't come on here and fearmonger. I said, hey, there's going to be a crash next year. It happened. Happened both times. I, in fact, called the Rona crash out the day before it happened. And he closed his 401. It was a Thursday, and I said, if we sell off tomorrow, bad news bears. It's the crash we've been talking about. Big banks just got out. You can see it in the charts. Just like today, big banks are selling. Someone with big money is getting out. It's not a good sign. Anyway, he closed his 401. I did nail the bottom of the Rona crash, and he put it back in. He called me to congratulate and just tell me about the story, and my jaw about dropped. Like, first of all, congrats on that win. I'll never forget this story. But no, that's nuts. With 401 stuff, you're going to pay taxes when you get out. And what if you don't buy the absolute bottom? That one I would just leave alone. That's for later when you retire. You know, if you were gonna if I was ever even going to consider a move like that, it would have been. So we talked about this crash last year as well. Talked about this peak. I would have done it there. At least now we're good. And this choppy stuff, there's no way in telling right now. We're taking it day by day. This is a bad sign. We could just melt off into the abyss. The report tomorrow might just turn things around, and everybody's just happy again. You guys know the stock market has a memory of about 3 hours. Is he a doctor? He's not a doctor. Must feel good to have him help him like that? Yeah. Are you saying we're headed straight down? I'm saying there's a possibility. I'm hoping tomorrow we rally. But the potential of these red candles like this, it puts it on the table for just a landslide. Because you guys love to, like, now when I say you guys, most of you guys, I know you guys are watching other YouTubers, and other YouTubers talk a lot of stuff. They have no idea what they're talking about. But they relate all this to news. Like, oh, what's the news? What's the excuse? Or they don't say excuse. They truly believe themselves. But you don't need a bearish article when there's a red candle like this. Because that red candle in itself, excuse me, creates fear. It creates panic. They're selling, I'm selling. You guys ever seen those videos where someone just comes around the corner and just starts running, so the whole group just starts running? That's the stock market on a red candle. So if we don't turn this thing around, one's going to turn into two, two's going to turn into 4, 8, 16, 32. You guys know the numbers. It's going to start selling off rapidly. So there needs to be something in the way, or it turns into a free fall, and it gets nuts. And today's sell-off like that was astronomical. Like, that was crazy for this. Overall, we've seen moves like this before, but just the way it did it went crazy. Takes lots of buyers to turn that. Lots of momentum takes a lot of buyers to turn that. Yeah, and when you get on that momentum train, the more it goes on, the harder it is to stop. Which is why I'm saying tomorrow the bulls need to show up. Like, they need to show up guns blazing, and they need to buy it. Or, again, it's just bad news. Can I say capitulation? We'll get there. We'll be having that conversation if these zones keep breaking. Bitcoin. Oh my god. I know the crypto people probably aren't here because I said that there's going to be a crypto sell-off. Just one more weird coincidence. Yeah, and that was just arranged. We're going to delete these. That's probably going to continue. There was another thing. There was another bank wrapped up in crypto. What was it? Not SI. Silvergate? Yeah, Silvergate. So they're getting wrecked. I don't know. I got a phone call about this yesterday because they're selling off everything. It was valued at like $4 a share. Shareholders are the last ones to get paid. But when they do that, when they, it sounded like bankruptcy to me, but I don't know the full details of this. I know it's wrapped up something in crypto. Crypto people in the corner sucking their thumb. When they do this, this is not a buyout at $4. I believe, and you guys probably can't correct me if I'm wrong here, when they liquidate and close everything, they're going to value this at $4. They're not going to just overpay you and say, hey, thanks for stopping by. I know you own it at $3. Here's $4 anyway. We're just good. They're going to give you market value. But let's say it hops up to $12. They're only going to give you $4 at that point. So I would be careful with this one. That was the conversation last night was, is this going to be like a buyout where they're going to give you $4? That's easy money. It's not. All right. They got this new dip at the grocery store. It's spicy. All right. More like licking my chops. Are crypto people going crazy? If I hope I'm not being super bearish. Hopefully my tone is coming off to you guys as take this seriously. This isn't a fear-mongering video. I hope the bulls come in tomorrow. We salvage this, the rescue operation, whatever you guys want to call it. Full send. I bought the dip, so it's only going to benefit me if we do go up. But a couple mil in my 401, should I be moving it? Why is everyone asking me about 401s today? Just rewind. I don't touch 401s. I take the Dave Ramsey approach. I'm not licensed to give you that advice. And this is not financial advice, personal financial advice. But, you know, like, if you look at the broader spectrum, you're going to have that 401k for, what, the next 10 years? At this point, this will be a blip in the road. And you're going to play that game, pay the taxes. So when you sell your 401, you close it all down. You move to cash. Cool. You pay your taxes. You pay your fees. The market has to drop enough. First of all, it has to drop what you paid in taxes. That's just to break even. Then it has to exceed that for it to be even take advantage of it. And a lot of times what people will do is it's going to go further. So they wait for a little bit. You know, and then it doesn't, and then it pops up and like, oh, I'll buy, it's gonna pull back for sure, and then they just never do, and the data does show. So I make fun of the 95% fail statistic a lot because a lot of people come in here, they heard something off Facebook. How many people bought Bitcoin because they saw their grandma buying it on Facebook? So they funded some money in their account, they got a Robinhood account, they bought something, failed, left. They account all that into 95% fail. That's stupid. But as far as the 401s, there's enough data, there's enough time in there to say that jacking with that ultimately probably doesn't pan out. If you want to trade, but if you have your tax advantage accounts, leave those alone and just keep attributing to them. What I would do, grandma coin. What I would do is, if you feel that way, maybe I would wait. I would just start putting cash to the side, and then dump that in if you can. Increase your contributions or anything when we get to the bottom. The only thing I would do is just throttle up and down my contributions to it. And when we're headed down like this, the argument there is I could full throttle this thing right now and take advantage of these. Not really close it down and all that. Just work 10 more years. Let's see. How much more is your career? Sitting on my hands slapped for CPI. We're gonna need all the excuses we can get. Let's talk about the expected moves real quick because I do have to get to my mentorship group. Again, I'm glad you guys are all here. You guys do a huge solid. Hit the thumbs up button for me. You do have to subscribe to talk in the live chat, but I read the chat. I want to hear from you guys. What questions you guys have, thoughts and opinions. While I do kind of come off overbearing sometimes, I'm fully aware my way is not the only way to do it. I'd make fun of indicators because that's just me. Don't take it personally. But I do care about your growth, and that needs to be there. Government has the rights to the 401k. Might lose that anyway. Yeah, but that's jumping down rabbit holes. All right. Good night. So financials led the way right here. It's 21% of the Russell. Just getting robbed right now. We better hope for a bounce. All right, so we are past 2 standard deviations. Let's draw that out. So 3 standard deviations is 442. I think we actually are going to, well, I'm hopeful we rein it back in. I'll put it that way. So here's 3 standard deviations for the Russell. Not very often that we do that. I bet we rally and close it somewhere up in here. Fridays have been some banger days. Hopefully that report comes out tomorrow. We're oversold. Report comes out, and just whoever went short today, their position is on the moon. Congrats, lock it in, and then send it, full send. Russ got smoked. If you think he's cocky, put the video on 1.25 speed. Oh my gosh. All right, as far as the Qs go, we're right there. So the only thing we did to stay, everything about this week so far has already been priced in, panned out, and hedged against. There's no surprise to a market maker. No one's worried about crap. So we could just full send this thing 2 standard deviations tomorrow. And just know that that's on the table. Either the fireworks are done, maybe a little bit of a bounce, or the bears are eating. All right, you're bullish salmon because bears are everywhere and they need something to eat. It's got to be out of your account. So Qs are definitely should be something you watch tomorrow. Breaking this level, we could do a lunchtime turnaround where it melts off, they rein it back in. Ultimately, we might just close right here, or we go for it. Check it out, Don. It's a hoot. What am I checking out? Buyers coming in on Friday. I'm hopeful. Hopefully all my positions go to $1 million. That's why we do risk management. That's why I trail things with a stop, because none of it's gone to $1 million yet. All right, so this is 2 standard deviations for the S&P. So we're rocking this thing down here, reining it back. That's a likely play, right? Not that we are. We can't use definite words like that. But there is not zero in me that would be surprised to end tomorrow at 388, or we bring it up to 396. Hopefully the bottle of whiskey stays in the cabinet. Sometimes you just got to John Wayne the SOP. Any last questions I can answer for anybody before we get out of here? XLF, I think, is what led everything today. Hopefully that's in a zone, and it is in the zone. Hopefully it bounces out of this zone. Everything else. What did Grandpa Dow do today? Melted down too. So anytime so when we bounce out of a zone, low or high, bounce, that's telling you there was enough buyers to get it to here. There was enough buyers to get it to here. That means there's no one left, and then there was no one here, and then it just broke right through and headed down. Buy XLF here, it's a knife catch. But if I was gonna buy XLF here, here's how I would do it. I would go, where's my long play at? So this is how I'd buy it. So here's your entry. This would be a type 1 for me. I have a playlist called How to Trade. In there, there's videos called Perfect Entry Types, and then 1% Stop Loss the correct way. If you watch both of those, you'll be able to follow everything I do on these streams. So here, this would be my play on the XLF. I would put it below. I would have to go. So I'm looking at these 2 wicks right here, and I would put my stop below that. It's at $33, which is awkward for me, so I would do 32.85. It's a wide stop. But that's how I would take the trade. I would take that, and when it bounces, so there's type 1, type 2, type 3. If it bounces, it comes up. Second it leaves that zone, the train leaves the station. My entry is what, 33.47? So as soon as we got up to 34 something, I'd put my stop at 33.85. So again, risk off the table. Hopefully it goes to the zone. That's a realistic take profit. Hopefully it makes it there, but that's why I put my stop in the green, and then I trail it. When it gets there, I do not close it down. I just put my stop right underneath that zone, and hopefully it goes to the next one, and we'll do all that. And I might even, if we were to base out there, I might even add on there. That's how I would take that trade for now. You can win with Tesla up or down. That sounds like something Steve and Mark Ryan would say. Man, for a while there, he was up 1% after buying Tesla for years. Almost. Now he's down. Ooh, get wrecked. Sorry. 1304. We're already 2 standard deviations for Tesla. Dang. Waiting for Tesla to get to the 147. Is there a speed bump spot before we get to that low? You'll probably see this, though. The 165 area will be a, we can call it a speed bump spot, but I'd call that a support. Other than that, no. Hopefully someone's going to talk about the gap fill right here. And if they're going to fill that gap, they might as well fill that gap. You know, because why not? Right now, Tesla's breaking down, which this is what I wanted to get. When I drew this this green line right here, it looked like that. So when I draw these squiggly lines, that's just for me. That's what I think. Remember, I do all of this while I have the real estate of my screen, and tomorrow I'll be on my phone, so I'll only see this. So when I see these other lines like this, that's kind of just my quick visual. I don't think when I do anything. When I'm checking my phone, I have everything I need on that screen to know if I'm going long or short right there. All right. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck to you. I got to hop off here. I got to get to my mentorship group. If you guys are curious about that, that is the tier 2 in the Patreon. Tier 1's $5. Again, that's my growth account where I'll post all my trades in there. I thought I had an image of it. Yeah, so if you see things like, if I'm ever talking about my E-Trade account, I have this open just for my growth account. Remember, we started January 1 with 0. We're doing $150 a week. We do have quite a bit more forward now. Anyway, I've not lost a single dollar yet. This right here, just to be clear, I hate even explaining this now. Ford paid an $80 dividend, which apparently doesn't. It was 80 cents. We had 100 shares, so we collected 80. It was like 81 something bucks. Apparently E-Trade, I'm gonna laugh at this forever, didn't count it as profit or anything. So what I have is I'm down shares with magic money in the account, so I'm never gonna let them forget that. Anyway, so that's all tier 1. Tier 2 is nightly streams. We do a homework assignment legitimately over the weekend, and then chat and stream every night. Anyway, I gotta get going. I'll see you guys all in the next video. I will be live tomorrow morning. Yeah, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn the bells on, because we're going to go live tomorrow, 30 minutes before the open. So we'll at least get to see some of this in action, see what happens. Have a good one. Be careful out there. Hopefully you listen to... I'm not saying sell everything. I'm saying pay attention to the charts, because today was a serious heads up to some of you guys that there is real risk. Homework. I'm out. You don't have to do the homework. If you want, it's just a blank chart. You zone it out, post your chart, and then I'm going to zone it out from left to right like I would just in any other trade. They're not scripted or anything like that. And then you see how you compare. Anyway, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Make sure you're up. Have a good one.